We are at the end of 2025, and a few months ago, I released a video addressing how I had lost $60,000 on YouTube. However, 2025 has been hectic. I've experienced numbers of side hustles, built businesses that worked, shut down some that did not, to the point at which some of my friends asked me whether or not I was gonna make it. And honestly, it's a pretty fair question. Now, here is the fun part, guys. As a contrast to other net worth videos, well, I don't really know where I stand right now. So I'm going to be discovering my net worth with you as we are filming it. That being said, we know that 2025 has been a pretty solid year for the market overall. However, real estate is still completely inaccessible. Cost of living has been rising up. So I don't personally expect any large gain this year, but we will see what the numbers say. A little background about me, guys. Pretty much, I've put myself in the trenches over the past couple years. Over the course of my life, I've accumulated over $400,000 of educational expenses. I went to expensive schools in Switzerland. I eventually graduated from an expensive master degree from an Ivy League institution, and yet it did not stop me from wanting to start things on my own. One of the first ideas that I started, and it was pretty ridiculous, I bought a 1976 Airstream. I renovated it in the morning before work, at night, and during the nights to put it on Airbnb. Somehow it worked. In fact, it ended up being featured as one of the top Airstream Airbnbs in the nation. And more than just money, it pretty much gave me the confidence that I could actually bet on myself. I'm not crazy. I can actually build something. Although I would say after 15 months of running it, early in 2025, because of seasonality, the responsibility, and some of the burnout, I decided to list this business on Facebook Marketplace and see how the market was going to react to it. I actually got an offer for $70,000. That was $20,000 over the cost of my build on top of all the money that I had done with Airbnb. So what did I do? Well, I sold it. Now you're going to ask, Romain, what have you done with this money? Well, I didn't want to just passively investing in the market, although some of my friends you will see will be invested in the market, but I looked for niche products that I could sell in Vegas on Facebook Marketplace, and I went all in. I reinvested my money into acoustic wood panels, pretty much importing containers from China, ranging from $50,000 to $70,000. I was hurt by the tariff, as some of you have seen in some of my videos, but I wanted to keep it lean. Solo entrepreneur. I didn't want to get a $5,000 warehouse that was going to have a crazy overhead, so I used self-storage, $139 a month, and started doing something. At the same time, I went hard on YouTube. I had strong brand deals, I had a good production, I was flying in people in and out for my podcast, but my overhead was too high. I was pretty much losing money on every episode. But at the end of the day, though, I was invested in a passion. And I knew that it would open doors. So slowly, I pretty much put myself on the map and I started working part-time doing ideation for top creators. Now, with strong incomes that were starting to funnel in, especially from my reselling business, I looked for ways to increase my monthly cash. That was, again, more ambitious than just investing in the market. You have to think, guys, I'm feeling strong. Let's see where I'm going. And I leaned into something that was continuing to get traction in Vegas, which is Turo. I found a super host through a Facebook group that was managing 70 cars. And in this deal, I was providing capital and earn a percentage on rental revenue. So since I'm a pretty good negotiator on Facebook Marketplace, I was able to secure 5 vehicles paid cash with the earnings from the company, with vehicles ranging from $20,000 to $30,000. And after, when I look at my insurance, depreciation, cost, and so on, it's about 19% of my money, and it's remained pretty passive. At the same time, my fiancée was also launching herself. Together with me, we started the brand Frenchie with a physical location in Las Vegas. And despite giving our hardest, well, we ended up closing down because we had some miscalculations about the location. So here goes a failed venture. So here we are, 2025, a bunch of business are still running, some have failed. So let's speak about numbers. But before that, I have an honorable mention. Over the period of time, especially in 2025, I realized that your financial strength isn't just about how you make money, or how fast you grow it. It's also about how you protect it. And in fact, guys, did you know that 83% of Americans believe that estate planning is important? And that's why I partner in this video with Trust and Will. They provide you with modern attorney design wills and trusts that are affordable, secure, and easy to create online. They pretty much make sure that the process feels approachable, because most people think that creating a trust or creating a will is for the wealthy, but it's not. And I put that into practice. This isn't just theory for me. I personally have multiple revocable living trusts, which you guys may have heard during some of my podcasts, to help protect my assets as I continue to build across different businesses and investment. When I think about an unknown tool or financial product that people may not know about, I generally recommend having those systems in place. Trust and Will makes it very easy, especially when you want to have clarity and peace of mind. So if you are building your financial strength, start protecting it now. You will find the link in the description below. Thank you to Trust and Will for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back to the juice, guys. I know you've been waiting for. So let me open my bank account and we're going to look at it together. I already had kind of looked at the app so that the process was going to be faster. Okay, on a checking account, personal checking account, I have $7,950. I also carry a high yield at $51,200. This is earning me 4% interest, and it's my emergency fund. I also have a few business account checkings carrying a balance of $46,000. So when I think about my cash assets, I'm not sitting too bad. When it comes to my brokerage taxable account, let me see. It is currently sitting at $120,103. This is up from the $62,500 that I invested in 2024. That said, I lost 2% this year, mainly due to, it seems like, recent market pullback, and as well as probably the high percentage that I have invested into crypto, and maybe higher than I should have, especially in blue chip, Bitcoin and Ethereum, which right now are taking quite a hit. On the other hand, I believe that my retirement funds are actually doing pretty good. My Roth IRA is at $114,314, up 17.5% year over year. Very nice. And I also have a traditional retirement account at $25,886, up as well. It seems like 17% year over year. I pretty much make sure that I always max out my Roth IRA, and I recommend for you guys to do it as well. Now, as I mentioned previously to you guys, I also carry a bunch of different cars. So here I have the 5 different cars. 3 of them are Mitsubishi Outlander. One is a 2024, 2023, and 2020. One is at $29,000, the other $24,500, and finally $22,000. I lowball the heck out of the sellers on Facebook Marketplace to get those deals below value. It worked out pretty well. Sometimes it's just the name of the game. I also have a 2021 Lincoln Corsair valued at $23,000 and a Volkswagen Tiguan, I believe it's a 2021, at $21,000. All of those cars on average bring me about $1,000 or so per month. Good cash flow, and this helps me to pretty much cover my needs. My needs are covered with my passive cash flow. That brings us well with my personal vehicle that I use for my deliveries, which is a Ford Maverick, valued at around $23,000. Total vehicle value, $142,500. I own no real estate, no land, and I'm considering potentially making some move in 2026, although right now I don't feel like it's a right time for me to get in. I believe there's still some opportunity for it to go down. So with high interest rate and the way that I can invest my money better in other ways, I'm not getting in the game yet. Now, some of you may say, Romain, all of this looks nice, it's amazing. What about your debt? Right? Remember when you spoke early in the video about the $400,000 that you had in student loans? Well, I am proud to say that I was living like I was eating, noodles and rice when I was working in tech because I shoot for my student loans. Currently, I am proud to say that I carry $17,000 in private student loan at about 2.37%. I have minimal credit card debt that I actually pay on a monthly basis, and I will never carry credit card debt. So that's something that brings me good peace at night, that I can sleep knowing that I'm not getting screwed at 30% interest. So where does that land us? Well, let's see. In terms of assets, we are landing at around 544,953. Not bad. Total debt, $17,000. Where does that currently leave me at 33 years old of a net worth of $525,953? Yes! So naturally, I feel very happy, guys. Why? Because by the end of last year, I was sitting at $350,000. So this year, we've grown about $200,000. How can I explain, in my mind, such a good success? Well, number one, I decided to believe in myself. Number two, I was able to take risks. I've been failing like no tomorrow on so many things, but some of the few that I've been hitting have hit good, namely my reselling business. Okay? And you guys may have seen that in some of our other videos. And finally, well, at the end of the day, I've decided to let my passion run. I was losing money left and right on YouTube, yet I've been able to have recurring revenue. So all in all, I land in a pretty good spot. While I may not be creating well as fast as I could have done, potentially continuing my growth as a W2, I find myself in a much greater headspace, doing things that I truly care, and somehow it found its way to work out. Guys, we'll see how 2026 tracks. We're gonna have a brand new programming here on this channel. Until then, I see you guys next time. À bientôt.